Hi, it's Art. You're listening to Shipshape and Bristol Fashion.
Shipshape and Bristol Fashion, boys, along the harbour side. From Avon Gorge to Underfall, we'll heave and haul the line. Secure the barrels down below, bind them, tie and lash 'em. This vessel, she is certified Shipshape and Bristol Fashion.
Hello there, shipmates, and welcome to Shipshape and Bristol Fashion. I'm Oggy, and I'm a member of the Port of Bristol Shanty crew, and this podcast is all about covering what we get up to and how to find us in the future. Hello and welcome to episode 12. Thank you very much for tuning in and listening to us, and more importantly, a happy new year. I hope you had a great new year and of course a festive period. I certainly had a quiet one, which was much appreciated. Work has been busy, as you can imagine, and it's really good to spend some time with the family. We were busy during December with lots of gigs, but of course the Signaller will let you know more about that later on in this episode. This episode is jam-packed of content. We've got some audio from one of our events at the Bank Tavern in Bristol. We've got the Signaller with some updates on what we've been up to and where to find us in the future, and an update/plug from Doc. And our centrepiece is Nobby, once again joining us to give us a bit of a background story to a traditional shanty song that we sing.
Happy New Year, me hearties. It's the Signaller here with a rundown of all of the activities that the crew has been up to in December. The major activity in December wasn't actually singing. It was the sale of our calendars, which have gone very, very well. There are still some left if anybody wants them, and I'm sure the Doc will be talking about these a little bit later on in the podcast. The first gig that we did in December was for the Westbury Guides. Lovely to go and do a gig there. For my family members, Sally and Jane, who are involved with the running of the guides, and we sang to the girls there and their families. It was the first opportunity to sell some of those calendars to the general public, and that seemed to go down very well, and we cleaned up most of our songs, and I think the girls enjoyed it eventually, after being a little dumbfounded, I think, by what they were hearing. But it was great and really enjoyable. Then we went on to sing at the Bank Tavern for a company Christmas do, so a semi-private event. One of those gigs where we nearly outnumbered the audience. It was the Christmas do for this particular company, and there were about 8 or 9 of them, and about the same number of us. But it was really great fun, and they joined in, and again, very generous with the purchasing of calendars, and even more generous in a donation to the Teenage Cancer Trust, which was fantastic. The final gig that we did was at the Clockwork Rose for Aidan Horan's birthday, which again was lovely. A slightly bigger crowd probably than we've had there before, and a debut for some of our songs. A debut for Oggy doing his first solo, and a couple of new songs introduced. And that again went very well, and I think a couple of the crew then carried that on into a Christmas party later on that they went and gate crashed. So not a massively busy December, but very worthwhile in terms of the money that we've raised for the Teenage Cancer Trust, and now having hit our latest target of £40,000 raised, which is amazing. Looking forward into the new year, January is a quiet period, as it is, I guess, for everybody. We don't have any gigs in January, but we will be back in February, and we'll let you have full details of all the activities that are going to be going on in February in the next podcast. So, on this bleak January day, this is the Signaller signing off, wishing you, as I said, a very prosperous new year, and we'll see you during the course of the year. Bye.
Well, this is Doc wishing you all a very happy new year, and we hope that 2025 is significantly drier than its predecessor. And on that note, those of you who haven't been able to welcome the new year with a glowing photograph of the Reverend wishing you a happy new year, me babbers, then that means you haven't got a Port of Bristol Shanty Crew charity calendar. I'm pleased to say that we've been very successful in promoting the calendars, and we've raised a significant amount for the Teenage Cancer Trust on the back of those. And it was great news that we passed the £40,000 barrier just before Christmas. But there are still a few calendars left, so if you want to snaffle one up, don't hang about, email us and let us know that you want one, and we'll get one to you as quickly as we can. They don't have a fixed price. We just invite people to make a reasonable contribution to the charity in exchange for 12 spectacular photographs of the crew in various states of undress. They're good fun. They are acceptable and reasonably clean to be displayed at home or in the workplace. But they do brighten up your day, and certainly they will bring in some extra benefit for the Teenage Cancer Trust. So please, if you would like one, get in there quick, because we've got a small box of them left and they will disappear fairly quickly, I'm sure. But thank you to all of those who've already bought a calendar. Thank you for your support in 2024, and we look forward to continuing to sing for you and to entertain you and to raise some very important funds for that fantastic charity, the Teenage Cancer Trust. Thank you all very much indeed for your support.
Thank you, Ash, and thank you, Doc. Some really good news there to share with you. And personal thank you to you all. That £40,000 raised is a phenomenal amount of money since the crew has started. And as you know, raising money for the Teenage Cancer Trust is so important to us. We have our own personal story, but we know we are making a massive difference to the young people across the United Kingdom that are suffering or living with cancer. Next up, we have some audio from an event that we covered in December, where we provided some audio for a Christmas do. It was a great event, lots of fun, lots of giggles, and of course we sold some fantastic calendars as well.
And you want some malt?
Well, listeners, we are here at the Bank Tavern within Bristol. This is a private gig that we've been asked to come along to, which is always available to you. So if you ever would like us to come along and sing, then do give us a shout. But we are here at the Bank Tavern. We've got an incredible 1 hour set list ready. And here is some of the highlights.
Brixham down in Brixham.
Great about this, I think the one that fits us most is the Port of Bristol Shanty Crew, the triumph of enthusiasm over talent. Yay! Anyway, we're kick off. We're going to kick off. The thing about shanties, if you know them, join in. It's all about, we always have fun, we just hope the audience has fun as well. So,
And if you know the dance moves.
So,
He's on.
Nobby, you're on.
In South Australia I was born.
Heave away, haul away.
South Australia around Cape Horn.
We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling kings. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia.
As I walked out one morning.
Thank you. That was Nobby. No, I thought that was Nobby later on. Nobby's actually a prolific songwriter. He wrote songs that have been sung by Fisherman's friends and all the rest of it. The thing about Nobby, he remembers the words of every song he hasn't written, but his own songs he hasn't written. Anyway, introduce Art.
Art,
Give me all that. He was actually a head teacher. He reckons he knows.
No, Philly, what are you doing?
You know, we've all got nicknames, and if anyone would like to know why Nobby's called Nobby, better known as Aubergine. And now, me lads, be of good cheer for the Irish coast. We'll soon go near, and then we'll set sail for the old Cape Clear. Ah, come and get your oats, my son. Whip! Jamboree whip! Jamboree, a pigtail sailorman coming up behind. Whip! Jamboree whip! Jamboree, oh, come and get your oats, my son.
Nice bit of face there, Chopper.
Beautiful. Going to introduce Fish sings a lot of songs.
Yeah.
That involve
About
drinking
fish.
way too much.
He's carping on.
Why is his name? Why is he called Fish? Because he basically smells of kippers.
But if you want to know the real reason, it's in the calendar.
Anyway, he's going to sing a song called All For Me Grog.
Well, there's a surprise. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog.
All for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all me tin with the lasses drinking gin. Far across the western ocean I must wander.
I'm sick in me head and I haven't been to bed since first I walked ashore with me plunder. I've seen centipedes and snakes and the head is full of eggs, and I have to take a pathway out yonder.
And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all me tin with the lasses drinking gin. Far across the western ocean I must wander.
Back in your corner. Okay, during lockdown there was one particular shanty that became very, very popular. Sung by a postman up in Scotland by the name of Nathan Owens. But it is quite an old shanty based on the old whaling ships over in New Zealand back in the 1700s, and it is called the Wellermans. If you know it, join in.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, back in my car.
Up in the Dales are not.
There was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The wind blew up her bow, dip down her blow, my bully boys blow.
Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right well bore. The captain called all hands in swore, we'll take that whale in tow.
Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Yes, old Bill.
Okay,
My old Bill.
we formed about 2.5 years ago. And we formed with a view of having some fun and entertaining ourselves. Unfortunately, we've had to entertain other people as well. We set off with an aim of raising £1,000 for the Teenage Cancer Trust, because a few of the crew know a young man by the name of Harry who's got a terminal brain tumour, and the Teenage Cancer Trust was brilliant in supporting him and his family. And unfortunately, Harry's not very well at the moment. So we aimed at raising £1,000 2.5 years ago. At the moment, we're just short of £35,000 we've raised in 2.5 years. And thanks to Dan today, we're getting closer to our target of 40
Dan.
Well done, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
It's porn.
It's old fat bloke porn.
Some of us went way, way outside our comfort zone.
Some of it.
To produce a calendar, and we've sold sufficient now that every penny we make on these goes to the Teenage Cancer Trust, so we cover the cost. So if you want a calendar in the Calendar Girl style, And
Coral boys.
revealing out some funny stories associated with it. I can tell you a bit later.
Show him the first one. Show him the first.
If you get a secret Santa, I'll love it.
But once you've seen it, you can't unsee it.
I'll show you the first one because he's not here.
On the chili.
And he's a vicar.
And what I will say is, even if you haven't got cash, I've got card before.
Anyway, going to bring on Chuffer.
Right, now your boots to the floor.
Chuffer.
He's asthmatic.
Chuffer used to work on the railway.
No, I was employed by the railway. Nobody works on the railway, especially not nowadays.
He's going to sing a song which tells us about the changes in the Navy and how the ships have changed. Over you, Chuffer.
So my uncle, he served on the Hermes, which was an aircraft carrier back in the 70s, 80s. Aircraft carrier on board this aircraft carrier was sailmaker. Now, I'm stepping slightly forwards here because if I see what this lot are doing behind me, it kind of starts me off. So I'll try not to forget my words if I glance across. My uncle used to tell me when I was just a lad, a sailor's life was very hard. The food was always bad. But now I've joined the Navy, I'm aboard a man of war. And now I find a sailor ain't a sailor anymore. Don't pull on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor anymore. The killick of our mess, he says we have it stopped.
Yes.
It wasn't like this in his day when he was up aloft. We know our blood, we like our bunks and sleeping bags. But what's a hammock for? Swinging from the deckhead or lying on the floor. Don't pull on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor anymore.
Okay. Go back over to the West Indies. If you've gotten drunk, especially in a place called Shipshape and Bristol, back in the 1700s, 1800s, there's a good chance that if you got drunk,
fish.
you'd actually be shanghaied onto a boat. You'll have to work on that boat as you ride to the next port. So if you were actually drunk, you were known as bully in the alley. And fish is going to say another boozy one. He's going to sing a song called Bully in the Alley.
And another lesser known fact. If you had too much and there wasn't an alley, the landlord would string or would actually put a rope outside between two things that he could hang you over.
We don't be hung on the thing.
They're in the calendar, those things.
Yeah, the things are red in the calendar. Okay, yeah, help me, but no,
We rehearse. You wouldn't believe that, would you? We rehearse.
I need to tone down.
Honestly.
We are professional.
Professional what is another question.
No. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley.
Hey, bully in the alley.
Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley.
Bully down in Shimbo now.
So
Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shimbo now.
now Sally's a girl down in our alley.
Hey, bully in the alley.
Sally's a girl in Shinbone Alley.
Bully down in Shimbo now.
So
Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley.
Okay.
What up, Fisheroo?
Here we are.
Don't be shy, have a pew.
Okay, I'll bring Art on again. He's going to sing a little song called Eliza Lee.
Oh.
How's it go? Yeah, I don't know.
The hardest ship that you can find is Hey Now Ho, you must go. She's a Margaret Evans of the Blue Star Line. Clear away the track and let the bull guide run with a hey, rig a jig and a jointing gun. Hey now ho, you must done with Eliza Lee on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bull guide run. Good bound for West Keep here. Hey now ho, you must done with Galway Shale and Bristol beer. Clear away the track and let the bull guide run with a hey, rig a jig and a jaunting gun. Hey now ho, you must done with Eliza Lee on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bull guide.
Well done, Art.
Okay. Introduce another one of our. This is Ash. This is Ash.
He's from tobacco company. Yeah. Tobacco company.
Ash. He's a football referee. And we've all got nicknames, and he's called Ash. He's going to sing a song.
Have you no dignity? Yeah, Rash, what's he doing? Red card. Our side.
Oh, your backside.
He's going to sing a song where we have to have audience participation. Go ahead, Ash.
I thought I heard the old man say, John, Kanaka to Rye. Today's a holiday. John, Kanaka to Rye. To Rye, oh, to Rye. John, Kanaka to Rye. We're outward bound at break of day. John, Kanaka to Rye. We're outward bound for Frisco Bay. John, Kanaka to Rye. To Rye, oh, to Rye. John, Kanaka to Rye.
He wears gold blimey trousers and he lives in a council flat.
Now in the repertoire.
I'm going dry
I
now.
said earlier on,
You've always been dry.
prolific. He's going to sing a song now, hopefully, so fingers crossed. As I said earlier on, he remembers the words of every song he has in Richmond. The ones he has written, it's a bit touchy. Anyway, he's going to sing a song. All these songs are based around the old working harbour of Bristol. And this song was actually picked up by the Fisherman's Friends who's just on their album. And it was sung at G7 when G7 let down his sides as well. And it's called The Corn Crate. And I think we've been singing this about 36, 40 times.
All different.
This week.
All different. But only on one occasion have we got right the way through it.
It's always a surprise.
He's dead right, you know. I write these things and I let them go, I forget about them. And then they tell me I'm going to sing it. 30 years later. But the corn crate is a ship that used to deliver brandy and St. Augustine's Reach and wine for Avery's wine cellars and Harvey's. And when I was a kid, I used to play it on the docks and this one ship running stuck out of my mind. Probably because it carried alcohol.
He's proof.
Oh!
I mean,
Really?
that was a short one.
Well, look, I'm here this morning. My front tooth fell out and smashed on the floor. And I had to find a
So he's gonna whistle it.
tree to to put them back together again. So some it flies out. If it flies out, catch it.
He was crushing plastics.
Go for it, Noel. Go for it, Noel.
Midsummer sky and setting sun, the cornflakes seemed on the Bristol run. Brandy for the waiters pray, the sailors they have earned their pay.
Oh, the sea to Bristol town, load it down the brandy-o. Oh, the sea to Bristol town, load it down the brandy-o, the brandy-o.
Rolling on to the deep green day, towards the hills of Redcliffe Bay. Cornflakes steamed upon her way from the moonlit night to the break of day.
Oh, the sea to Bristol town, load it down the brandy-o. Oh, the sea to Bristol town, load it down the brandy-o, the brandy-o.
They stayed in.
Depends the size of the hammer, I suppose.
Say, was you never in Quebec, launching timbers on that deck, where you break your bleeding neck, riding on that donkey?
Hey, hey, away we go, donkey riding, donkey riding. Hey, hey, away we go, riding on a donkey.
Say, was you ever in Timbuktu, where the girls are black and blue, and they waggle their bustles too, riding on a donkey?
Way, hey, away we go, donkey riding, donkey riding. Way, hey, away we go, riding on a donkey.
Okay. Bit of an explanation here. We are not singing about Western Supermare.
Yes.
Over in Quebec, in Ottawa, where they used to load the timbers from the deck, they had a mechanical device which was called a donkey, and it lift the timbers from the shore onto the beachside and other ones. So that is what a donkey is. It's not one of those four-legged beach.
I'm not a skipper.
No, chili. Chili.
Chili!
Get
Show them a picture.
Round up.
Chili! Hang on. Yes!
Don't give it all away, Mike.
No, I can't find it.
That's all right.
That's what they all. No, his wife said that.
Chili is relatively new to the crew, and his nickname is Chili because he eats extremely
He's not
hot
been tarnished.
chilies. Really hot chilies. He went to the chili farm in Wiltshire where he had the hottest chili they produce, and he had 2 shots of this chili and wondered why he was stood outside in the garden in his underpants for 48 hours because he was Anyway, as he is in the calendar. He is in the calendar, and he's got a band of chili.
Don't tell them all.
He's got a band of chili. Shush!
Don't tell him.
It might be a selling point.
You have to guess which one is the chili.
He decided to go to the nautical theme, so he went down to the River Avon at St Anne's with just his band of chilies on. He got his son to take the photograph, making sure no one was coming. And his son took the photograph and ran off with his. Is that 4 Bells Road? Just as a load of people county borders were coming back. So they got more than they bargained for. But anyway, he still gave him some money towards his teenage county dress. But he was playing.
They said, what a cheek.
He's going to sing a song that Bruce Springsteen sang, became very popular, and he will expect some payback for this one from you.
Good day, Bruce.
Good eye. No. Part of this, I'm going to shout you, I'm going to point over at Lou, and I want some response. Dead easy.
Get off!
All you got to say is, pay me. Let's try it.
Pay me!
Louder.
No, let's try it.
Pay me!
Oh, they got it.
How about this front row?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
No, we pay.
And listen, crowd scene. Come on. Right then. I thought I heard the captain say,
Pay me my money down.
tomorrow is our sailing day.
Pay me my money down.
Pay me.
Pay me.
Pay me.
Pay me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down.
As soon as the boat had passed the bar.
Pay me my money down.
Captain hit me down with a spar.
Pay me my money down.
Pay me.
Pay me.
Pay me.
Pay me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down.
Chilly Willy Billy. Pardon? How do you know it's Chilly Willy? October, please. In the calendar.
Farewell
Oh.
to you.
Oh, how lovely.
Oh, we're going away on the holy ground. Sail the south seas, but we'll return for sure to see again the girls we left and the holy ground once more. Fine girl you are, the girl I do adore, and still I live in hope to see the holy ground once more. Fine girl you are! See the storm arising, I see it coming soon, and the sky is so full of clouds that you can scarcely see the moon, and the good old ship is tossed about, and the rigging is all torn, and still I live in hope to see the holy ground once more. Fine girl you are, the girl I do adore, and still I live in hope to see the holy ground once more. Fine girl you are! Hang on, Alex! You can have my autograph on the calendar if you like. Yeah.
It's not much to sign. It's a small pen.
It's only little. Only little. Only little. This is a song that's very popular in Cornwall. It's because the Cornish tin miners, who are the finest miners in the world, went across to America to when they American for gold. They came back and they brought this song back from America. It's very popular in Cornwall now. It's going to be sung by actually it's called Midlives. I had a dream.
Oh, wet.
The other night.
Very wet.
The funniest dream of all. I dreamt that I was kissing you behind the garden wall, and she said, "Little eyes, I love you, honey. Little eyes, I love you. I love you in the springtime and the fall. Little eyes, I love you, honey. Little eyes, I love you. I love you the best of Okay.
That's trying to get on.
When I brought Lord Nelson got shot.
Which one?
Got shot? He got shot. Not in.
They had to bring him back to the UK because he had to have a state funeral. He was off the coast of Portugal.
UK then, was it?
So they decided they had to
Sound effect. Sound effect. Sound
to
effect.
do that, they
Seagulls.
decided to put him in a wooden cask and fill that cask with rum to return him. And he was stored down below. Sailors being sailors actually tapped the bottom of the barrel. And by the time they got back to Portsmouth, the barrel was actually empty and they drunk all the rum.
Oh, they're trying to keep their spirits
From
up.
that day to now, from that day to this, rum in the Navy is known as Nelson's blood.
Oh, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any
home, and we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
Oh, one night out with the girls wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a night out with the girls wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night out with the girls wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
How are we doing on time? Two more?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Okay, two, maybe three. We may fit another two. Anyway, this is a song that was actually made popular by the Dubliners, but it's actually written in Bristol. Oh, that's called The Wild Rovers. If you know it, join in.
Robin goes pop, pop, pop.
Drink the bass.
Robins.
I played the Wild Rovers for many years, and I spent all my money on whiskey and beer, and now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play the Wild Rover no more.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more.
I went into an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlord my money was spent. I asked him for credit, he answered me nay. 'Cause he's a horse! Said yes, the landlords are to get anything.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more.
Oh, Santiana, on the day.
Heave away, Santiana,
And General Taylor ran away.
all on the plains of Mexico.
And it's
Heave her up, and away we'll go. Heave away, Santiana. Heave her up, and away we'll go. All on the plains of Mexico.
He was a rorty general,
Heave away, Santiana.
a rorty snorty general.
All on the plains of Mexico.
and it's
Heave her up, and away we'll go. Heave away, Santiana. Heave her up, and away we'll go. All on the plains of Mexico.
good effort, Nob. Can I take back what I said earlier on? You can't remember the songs you hate the anthem. But anyway, we are going to finish on a song, and there has to be audience participation.
Oh, yes.
And it is called The Pirate. So, and of course, you need everyone here to pledge their right fist.
We're watching you, Alex. We're watching you.
Doesn't matter. We are totally unbelievable. And of course, guys, it's all part of being a pirate. You go, a pirate. Don't copy Chopper because he does it to a different time. Copy the rest of us. It's all part of being a pirate.
A pirate, a pirate.
Oh, they're going to be brilliant. and if you want to buy a calendar, put your hand up.
Being a pirate is all fun and games. So somebody lives on our... There's that that blazes, beautiful faces. You can't let your mates see you cry. Nappy black patch will cover that hatch. And make sure that socket stays dry. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses an eye.
Ready? It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts.
Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses an ear.
What? Pardon?
Ear?
Sorry?
Roll standing up, eyes on the deck, when hopefully somebody says, "What's that here?" Don't call the lasses. Your mates have to shout so you hear. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses an ear.
It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts.
Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a hand. Squirts and it squirts, and it really well hurts. Pain only a pirate can stand. Now fashionable look is a nice shiny hug, but then you can't play in a band. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a hand.
It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts.
Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a leg. It hurts like the dickens. Face never quickens. Hopping about on a peg. Now you'll never get married because too long you've tarried. And now you can't kneel down and beg. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a leg.
It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts.
Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a what's it?
They're in the calendar.
You didn't choose it, but you don't want to lose it. You're hoping that somebody spots it.
I'm not going to pick that up.
Not with one hand.
Doc comes along, sews it back on, or he stretches it tight, and he knots it.
That's a little bit too tight, Doc.
Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses.
What's it? It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts.
Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a head.
Too early, too early, too early.
Falls with a thud.
Brother.
It's covered in blood. Makes your beard all sticky and red. You can't comb your hair because your head's over there. Besides that, you're probably dead. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a head.
It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts.
If you enjoyed us, we are the Port of Bristol Shanty Crew. If you didn't enjoy us, we are the Fisherman's Crew. Really, a very small audience, the best audience we've so far today. Thank you very much for your support. Hope you enjoyed it. Had a great time.
Right, get your kiss off, boys!
And that's a soundbite.
Walk among them, fish, walk among them. Calendars! Calendars!
Right, chaps, how was that for you guys? That was great.
That's a great day.
get my voice back out.
No, brilliant. Really good fun. Really good fun. Fantastic audience. Yeah, very small, but it was really good. And it's a pleasure to have Nob with us.
Nobby, how you doing, buddy? Look at
Brixham, he's
that.
got his Brixham Rugby Club coat on. And
He's like a walking kind of celebrity with all of that. Yeah,
well,
he's
he
an
is a
advert.
celebrity, isn't
He
he?
is,
Well,
he
if
is.
we could remember that word, we would call him out.
Yeah, well, just insert appropriate word when we remember it. But there you are, that was good. Well, I think it's time to have a beer or something now.
I think so, probably.
Malt cider.
Yeah, malt cider. It's been all laid on for us. It'll be very good. Very generous as well.
Very good indeed.
Great
And we're
day.
selling calendars. They're literally flying off the shelf. They're flying.
Are you sure you really want one?
So here's the man who booked us to come along to his gig.
Yes.
Introduce yourself, and why on earth did you pick us to come along?
So my name's Dan Huckle. I'm one of the managing partners of Tandem Talent, and I heard about the Sea Shanty Crew, the Bristol Sea Shanty Crew, through friends. We were looking to liven up our work event, but at the same time do a lot of good.
Nice.
And you know, as you guys give all your proceeds to the Teenage Cancer Trust, we're really, really keen to support you and also have a whale of a time. Everyone here has been up, jumping
It's
around.
been so good. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
small but perfectly formed audience. But as we were singing, people from the Bristol offices were coming out. They were shouting from their windows. And we're really grateful that you brought us along. So thank you very much.
Thank you. You've really livened up the event as well. It's made the day for us. We're all going to struggle to go off to it's going to be quite a somber lunch after this. It's been brilliant.
It's so good. And of
Everyone's
course,
elated.
We're in the Bank Tavern, which is, I think, internationally known for its amazing food.
Well, apparently the UK's best roast.
Yeah.
And we're going to go and find out very, very soon. So
You go and enjoy your
got
meal.
the UK's best sea shanty crew, followed by the UK's
You
best
are
roast.
too kind. You are too kind. Thanks for talking to us. You take care.
Thanks very much.
Ahoy there, matey!
So welcome to the part of the podcast where if you're a singer or a member of the crew or you're a leader of a crew and you'd like an opportunity to promote what you're up to, then this is the place for you. If you are interested in featuring on our podcast, then do go to our podcast website and leave us a voice message, and then you'll feature in next month's episode. That link is in the show notes.
Hi, I'm Matthew from the Rusty Tubs, and we've recently released our first album, Rowdy Soul. Available on your favourite streaming services such as Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music. And also, if you want to support the band and buy a digital copy of the album, you can go to bandcamp.com and search for the Rusty Tubs. We're planning on getting some physical copies made up for people, probably CD, but maybe vinyl if we can swing it. And they'll be available either to purchase online by contacting us or available at our gigs. We're hoping to do all the major festivals next year, so 2025 is looking to be, possibly the best year yet for the Rusty Tubs. We recorded this album about a year ago. We worked with a chap called David Chops Wallace. Big shout out to him. He did a great job getting us all recorded, and he spent the last year tirelessly editing together this album that we're really proud of. We think it's an excellent album with some real cracking songs. The titular track, Rowdy Soul, I think sums up the Rusty Tubs brilliantly. It's a song about not wanting to work too hard, and none of the Rusty Tubs like working that hard, I can tell you that, myself included. It's a song about wanting to just relax, have a few beers, and just live a nice, easy life. A lot of the tracks are fan favourites that the whole shanty community will know. And we've even managed to find some real obscure songs to include that we're really proud to sort of bring to the forefront a little bit. One of my favourites, Orcadian Boatman's song. We think this might only be the second time this track has been recorded. It was preserved by the Big Orkney Song Project,
And we learned of it through Sam contacted them. We learned of it through them. So that's been brilliant. One of the main things that's blown us away since we formed the Rusty Tubs about 5-6 years ago is the shanty community itself. There are some really brilliant people out there, and we've made some fast, brilliant friends. So that's been great. So people, I think we deserve a bit of a shout out. Mariners Away, first and foremost. They helped us get our foot in the door, a bit of a leg up, some confidence on stage in our first few gigs, just when we were getting started. So I don't think the Rusty Tubs would be here today without those guys. So big shout out to them. More recently, at Barry Island Shanty Festival, Mel Babb was an absolute lifesaver. She swept in and she helped us when we were a load of blokes down. And if you've ever heard her sing, you know she can make up for about 5 or 6 people in a group. So we were really glad to have her there. And it's that coming together that really means a lot to the Rusty Tubs. We can be an ugly and scary bunch of blokes on the face of it, but deep down we're all teddy bears. Some great friends we've made is in Cask as well. Some wonderful people who always come out and support us when we're at events together. And it's always an absolute pleasure to see them. So I just want to say a huge thanks to them. And I suppose also worth thanking Port of Bristol Shanty Crew, who is here we are, giving us our first appearance on a podcast. So that's been very exciting for us. And it seems like 2025 is going to be a year of firsts. We've released our first album, available on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Play, and our first podcast. And it's also looking like it's going to be our first international shanty festival in Belgium at Ostend, if we can make that work. So that's very exciting. So I suppose all that's left now is to thank you guys for having us on your podcast. It's been brilliant. Huge fan of you guys. Love working with you. Bristol means an awful lot to some of the Rusty Tubs. Myself and Sam studied there, so it's a cracking city, and we're looking forward to being back there for future events. Always a pleasure. And yeah, if anyone sees us at festivals, do come say hello. And if anyone's swinging by Tewkesbury on a Thursday night, there's a fair chance that we'll be pretending to practice and just quaffing a few beers. So do say hello to us there. So, cheers. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Next up, we welcome Nobby back to the podcast, who gives us a bit of a background story on one of our shanty songs.
Good morning, my lovers, my little lovely lovers. Oggie's asked me to do a little bit about Spanish oranges. Now, I'll talk to you about it. But at the moment, I can't find the words to it. Oh dear. It may be on podcast with the Harry Browns, I'm not sure. But I'll find them, but I can't find my book of poems, Bristol Channel Rhymes, which I was writing. Spanish Oranges started off as a poem in the 1990s, which I'll tell you about in a minute. The origins of it go way back to when I was a young lad, and me and my old mate Melvin West used to go down the docks regularly on a Sunday with our 2 and 6 book of coastal ships, and basically we were ship spotters, a bit like train spotting really. We did that as well, and we had great times and great fun. And like one day we were chatting to the dockers there by this Dutch ship, the Marinus Smiths, and the docker said, "Oh boy, we'd get you on board." Oh, I don't know about that. My mother used to say, you got to watch these sailors and down them docks, you get taken away. And anyway, we went and we said, all right then. So we went on board of the Marinus Smiths, met the captain. And he was brilliant. He had all his bloody uniform on, a lot, white cap, all the blinking brass buttons, and took us up on the bridge. And we looked out through the bridge window of the Marinus Smiths, and it was unloading where M Shed is today. And it was a lovely ship with a green hull. Come from I think it was Rotterdam. Anyway, other ships that came in were many. There was the Hendrick over at the Glasgow and Belfast shed, and she was an old coal burner, an old black boat with a tall black funnel with a white band. And one day we were down there, and obviously the stokers were putting the coal on the fire down there below to get some steam up, and it was all belching out of the funnel, and a big black pile of smoke came out, and it was lovely. But just up the dock from there was the wine sheds, and there were regular deliveries coming in from France, Bordeaux, places like that, for the Harveys wine cellars, maybe Avery's and Phillips as well. And the ships were white ships, and they belonged to the General Steam Navigation. That was it.
Right.
And I wrote a song about that as well, called The Juno. Yeah, on Cannon's Marsh, which is just down from the Glasgow Belfast shed, were the ships where from the line of MacAndrew always came in, and they were white ships with a yellow funnel, always gleaming, looked really clean and bright, and they would unload the oranges onto the quay, and those oranges at the time were in wooden crates, and they would break. They would smash, and there were oranges all over the quayside, and the rats had come out later on and have a nibble, but they were all over the quayside. So me and my mate Melvin and I used to fill up our pockets and saddlebags and cycle home to Lockleys and hand them over to Mother, and she would, telling me off for going down there in the first place, would tell me off again when I got back to watch out for these swarthy sailors who get you on board and take you off to a different country or whatever.
How old were you then, by the way?
I was about 16, I suppose.
Oh, right.
15, okay. 16, something like that. And come over to Mum, and she would make marmalade. And they'd go into the marmalade pan, a big pan that she had, and put on this old gas cooker, and make this beautiful marmalade. It was lovely. I can taste it now. Have it on toast for breakfast, all that sort of stuff. But that's where the song originated from, and that I made into a poem. And the poem I kept for ages and ages and ages. And I was talking to a friend of mine called Rob Crompton, who he's the guy who wrote Shanty Man and the what's it called? Not the Seagull.
don't know, sorry.
Not a seagull.
I'm sure someone will know.
Fish sings it, doesn't he? Or no, Skipper sings it, yeah.
Right, Molly Bird.
Molly Mork.
Molly Mork.
He wrote the Molly Mork, and he said, I'd like to do something with that, these poems. So he did. And he sent various drafts back to me, and I said, no, not quite. I'll have to change a few things in it, which I did over a period of time. And then the late Chris Fry,
right.
Great singer, Chris Fry, absolutely great singer, come from East Coker in Somerset, and he messed around with the tune a bit, made it more like it is now, and he was absolutely brilliant guy, and could sing anything. So Chris developed it. The Harry Browns took it on, and he sang it with the Harry Browns. I just did the chorus bits, and Helen, marvellous fiddle player, Helen, put the tune to it. She is absolutely wonderful.
She is.
And put the violin accompaniment to it, and I've not heard anybody do it as well.
She's brilliant.
Since that time. You like it, don't you, love?
I absolutely
My
love it.
secretary with me today, Oggy.
I absolutely love it. It's sort of melancholy and very. Oh, it just stirs up a lot of different feelings. Positive as well. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, it was great times along the dock. And anyway, it was a great time. Great ships along the dock in those days. There was I always remember the ships that came in from Gothenburg, Sweden, and took coke. I think they took it away or landed it or whatever down on Gasworks Lane there, which is just along from the Lloyd's Amphitheatre. Part of it's preserved today, and they were really old black steamers, you know. I wouldn't have gone up the Avon in them. And I wrote some stuff about that as well.
Right.
But it was a great day. The white boats were absolutely tremendous. And when we were singing with Stormforce 10, the Rev and I, Tom, one of the singers, he did a period jump from Liverpool and sailed away on various ships, Blue Funnel Line, Cunard, he was on the Queen Elizabeth. But he was also on the Macandrew line, on the ships that sailed in and out of Bristol with the oranges from Seville. They were Seville oranges, which is very, very special. Oh, yeah. So that's where the origin of the Spanish oranges song has come from. It's been redeveloped a bit, and now we're going to be doing it with the Port of Bristol Shanty crew. I'm not quite sure who's singing it, whether it's the Rev or whether it's the Fish. Either or would be absolutely brilliant if we could make a really good, decent job of it.
Yeah. But do you remember?
But Helen, with playing the fiddle on it, she's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And I miss that.
I know. I tell you what, though, Bob Derrick did a really good version of it as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did a good version. Bob Derrick.
Very lyrical and very tuneful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Bob Derrick.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's there to be grasped.
It tells a real story, doesn't it? It's one of those songs, shanties, that you really need to tune into the words because it tells a really profound story of your experiences.
Yes, it does. I can see those days as clear as day now. And you'd be down a dock, say, on a sunny day, it could be one of the brightest places on earth. You get down on a wet, dank day with the starlings on the telegraph wires or the wires around the docks there, making this funny sort of noise.
Do it again. Watch your teeth don't fall out.
I mean, put my teeth back in a minute.
Yeah, put my teeth back in. Don't want to lose them.
Yeah, and it was really quite wonderful. And from that as well, I developed another poem called Lavender Days, because to me the days in those times, they were lavender days. They were like hazy purple days. That's the colour the day was. The clouds overhead, the quietness of the oily water going by. You know, it was quite amazing. You know, I got loads of stories I could tell about the docks and the Rita Dan and what I saw through the porthole of the Rita Dan, which shocked me and my mate Melvin West.
What was that?
Well, we used to go along the dock up Narrow Quay, and you know, you put your bike against the warehouse there.
Yeah.
And you just have a look in the porthole, because they were like just level with the dock side of it.
Right.
And we were looking in there, and out come this woman with no clothes on, and then a bloke with no clothes on. And I embraced and disappeared down the window, and we shot out of there like a rat up a drain pipe, I'll tell you. Yeah.
That was a rude awakening for a young 16-year-old.
Yeah, well, it was. Yeah, it was. Never forgot I could see it now.
Did you go back and tell your mum?
Probably not about that.
No.
she warned me enough about going down there as it was. But there was great stories come out of there, like Captain Tremlett. He was a captain on the Bristol Steam Navigation, and he told me stories when he was waiting for his crew to arrive to sail over to Dublin and Antwerp. He was always waiting for one particular bloke who was having his last romantic session on the railings by the dockside and swinging it the hip with a Gloucester Old Spot, and that was the name for prostitutes.
Oh dear!
So he was having his last. We used to shout, "Come on, get on here!" Yeah, lovely times.
Yeah, a real education.
On the old cobbled streets, yeah. And, another story he used to tell me was when they used to go into the Shakespeare, which was right on Prince Street Bridge.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
They'd get in there, and in one bar you'd have the Norwegian guys, and in the other bar, sort of thing like the English guys or whatever. And what used to happen was when they saw these Norwegian guys at the bar, they'd order drinks for themselves. The Norwegian guys would end up paying for it. But the funny thing was, when they were in Oslo in places, the same thing happened, but reverse. Yeah, lovely times, yeah.
Yeah, moving forward then.
Yeah, and here we are today. So whoever's doing Spanish oranges, get your ass in gear and get it up together, basically.
It's always been probably one of my very favourites.
Yeah, it is most people's.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And I think maybe it just needs a bit more of an airing, doesn't it? Because of the story and that it tells and the history.
Yeah, I know the fish likes it very much. And but I mean, Fryo did a great job on that song to make it what it is today. Sad thing about Chris Fry, who come from East Coker, as I said, he belonged to the London Shantymen for a while, and he moved back down to the West Country.
Yeah.
But sadly, his marriage seemed to break down, and his wife had gone off with somebody else, and he hung himself in the house.
Oh dear.
It was a dreadful loss. It was a dreadful loss.
Oh dear.
And very sad, yeah.
Yeah.
And it always makes me think about it when Spanish Oranges comes about.
Yeah.
So that's a bit about Spanish oranges, Oggy. Oggy, Oggy, Oggy.
Oi, oi,
oi, oi. Yeah, that's my secretary there. She's
your technical advisor.
She's very quiet today. Normally I can't stop her talking, but
thankfully you've got a subject that I can't speak in depth about. So.
Oh, what? Great.
Give me another subject and I might be well away. Anyway.
Not enough hours in the day.
No. Right.
Okay, Oggy, it's over and out from me.
And over and out from you. Bye-bye.
Here's a tale of old Bristol, I'll tell you. Long before the docks were shut down, when ships from the sea would berth at the quay, right there in the centre of town. And 2 ships from the line of McAndrew, Palomares and Vivas my name. Fine fruits would unload by the old cobbled road, all fresh from the orchards of Spain. Spanish oranges, well I remember. There are times I'm tasting them still, recalling when we would wait on the quay to harvest the fruits of Seville. When we knew that the fruit ship was coming, with a fine yellow funnel in view, we'd be straight on our bikes, just as fast as you like, to the dockyard we scurried and flew. And me mum, she would shout from behind me, oh beware of those Spaniards, she trilled, for she feared that one day we'd be shanghaied away for the sake of those fruits of Seville. Spanish oranges, well I remember. There are times I'm tasting them still, recalling when we would wait on the quay to harvest the fruits of Seville. When those crates of fine fruits were unloaded, you would find us in wait of our share, for was never a doubt there'd be some would fall out and be rolling around everywhere. So we'd gather them up in a jiffy. Oh, to us they were grist for the mill, and they'd roll and they'd bounce, and we'd swoop and we'd pounce on those juicy old fruits of Seville. Spanish oranges, well I remember. There are times I'm tasting them still, recalling when we would wait on the quay to harvest the fruits of Seville. Come the time when our swag was all gathered, with our saddlebags full to the brim, then we'd pedal our load up the Cannon's Marsh Road, with our back wheels right down on the rim. And me mum, she would always be waiting. Oh, that scent I'm remembering still, as fast as they can to the marmalade pan, when those tasty old fruits of Seville. Spanish oranges, well I remember. There are times I'm tasting them still, recalling when we would wait on the quay to harvest the fruits of Seville. Today, it just never could be. Fine fruits they'd unload by the old cobbled road, and they wouldn't let kids on the quay. And so these days I buy oranges at Tesco's, where I punch in my pin at the till. Oh, organic, they say, but for me there's no way they compare with those fruits of Seville. Spanish oranges, well I remember. There are times I'm tasting them still, recalling when we would wait on the quay to harvest the fruits of Seville. Those juicy old, tasty old fruits of Seville.
Well, that's it for episode 12. We hope you really enjoyed the audio that we captured during the month of December. And once again, if you have an opportunity, then please do leave us a review. And you can do that by going over to our website, pob.shantycrew.co.uk/podcast. Click the button that says click to listen. And in the top right hand corner, you'll see a button that says leave a review or rate us. Either way, click on it. We would really welcome your review. It does help us to be discovered. And more importantly, it allows us to spur us on to continue with this wonderful thing that is the podcast. So once again, fair winds and following seas. And we'll see you next month.
Shipshape and Bristol Fashion boys along the harbour side. From even gorge to underfall, we'll heave and haul the line. Secure the barrels down below, bind them, tie and lash 'em. This vessel, she is certified Shipshape and Bristol.